Welcome to your hometown Sears studio. My name is Les Martin, along with our executive producer, Miss Honeybee.
Matt Bowens.
I want to say welcome to Tuesday night edition of Just Sports. Thank you for taking an hour out of your day. We've got a bunch of stuff we've got to talk about. Sam Phelps may be calling in sometime tonight. The gentleman that's over the
Morristown Marine.
Morristown Marine
Bass fishing tournament.
Bass tournament, yes. He's going to be calling in sometime tonight. Also, Coach Scott Webb, the offensive coordinator for the Jacksboro Middle School, they were scrimmaging Huntsville and Coalfield. He said he's going to try to call in sometime tonight. Hopefully he'll be able to call in before the show's over. But before we get started, as always, we've got to thank our wonderful sponsors that make this possible. First and foremost, of course, is your hometown Sears store in the Food City Center of Woodson's Mall. Their phone number is 562-7700, 562-7700. Go down and see the fine folks at Sears. Anything that you need, the lawn tractors, weed eaters, washer and dryers, you name it, they've got it inside or outside of your home. It doesn't matter. Go down and let the fine folks take care of you there. Also, we want to say thank you to Charlie's Pizza, often imitated, never duplicated. Their phone number is 562-0116 for all call-in orders. If you would just like to go in and sit down, great family environment, great place to sit down and enjoy your pizza from Monday till Saturday. They're closed on Sundays, of course. Once again, their phone number is 562-0116. We want to say thank you to Castleton's Fitness. Castleton's Fitness, step in to Castleton's, step out, a brand new you. They have a ton of things to choose from. My wife's trying to get me to go. I've went a couple of times, but I just can't seem to be getting a rhythm for some reason. I'm lazy. I'm just going to call it like I see it. When I get home from work, it's late. I need to go early in the morning, but I've got so far to drive in the morning time. I have to get there really, really early. So it makes for a long day.
Yes, it does.
And it sounds like I'm making excuses, doesn't it?
I make them too.
Anyway, their phone number at Castleton's is 566-1393, 566-1393. They have a registered nurse on staff. They have CrossFit. Kickboxing, Zumba. They've got it, and it's all included.
Yoga and getting a karate class.
Yeah, and it's all included in your contract. And your monthly contract. So go down and check them out. Also, we want to say thank you to Bird Screen Printing, downtown Lafayette beside the Birds Memorial Bridge. And of course, Kobe's not on the show. He's got some personal issues he's got to take care of. He'll be back sometime. I told him to take his time, do what he's got to do. Their phone number is 562-3044, 562-3044. So with that being said, it's time to talk sports. And you know, before I even get started, I want to talk about the 8 most, and you're going to laugh about this. I know you will, but I'm going to tell you the 8 most corrupt charities in the United States.
Oh boy!
Yeah, I'm going to name them right here, and this is one of these ads. It came out in the newspaper, and I'm trying to find the newspaper that sent it out. I don't know. It doesn't say. But anyway, the eight most corrupt charities in the United States. I know it has nothing to do with sports, but if you listen to them, some sports clubs, franchise, NFL, NBA, whatever, NCAA, NASCAR, probably donate some money to these top 8. National Veterans Service Fund. I'm a veteran. That to me kills me. They have been corrupt. They give $70 million over the past decade. Let's see here. Limited medical assistance the charity hands out to needy veterans. Those promises have helped persuade donors contacted over the phone and mailers to give $70 million over the past decade. That's what they have received, $70 million. So far,
you spend $70 million.
The for-profit solicitors paid to raise that money kept more than half on average. The charity gave assistance, it valued it about $500,000. $500,000 a year to needy vets. So they've got $70 million over the past decade, and they're only giving out $500,000 a year to needy vets. The International Union of Police Associations, AFL-CIO, same situation, $57 million in donations, and more than 72% or 72 cents of every dollar was spent paying professional solicitors.
Oh my goodness.
Breast Cancer Relief Foundation is another one. I'm not going to go into detail there. Also, Firefighters Charitable Foundations is another one. It raised $64 million in donations and paid $55 million of that to its solicitors. American Breast Cancer Foundation is another one. And this is the 8 most corrupt charities in the U.S. Children's Wish Foundation International, and they prey upon kids.
Yeah. I wonder if they get, a lot of people donate to stuff like that because they get confused with the names, like, Make-A-Wish and stuff like that. So
Exactly.
people fall into other people's bull.
Children's Wish reported that it has spent about $600,000 granting wishes to terminally ill children in 2010 and gave them donated goods valued at $3 million. It paid professional fundraisers nearly $6 million for their services last year.
Gosh.
Thank you for calling Just Sports. You on the air.
Hi,
Hey, how are you?
Mine did study. My husband's study is not doing too good.
Oh, really?
It's working.
Wow. That ain't no good.
Nope, it ain't no good. I need help.
I'm sure. There's things going on like that all over. You know that?
Yeah. But the kid was what to do. What do we get? Is you want to get rid of this? You want to get another study? Oh, okay. I need to get a car.
Get a car instead of a truck.
Yeah, because cars don't serve a lot. Anytime they won't get to.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. 100%. So how you been doing other than that?
Pretty good.
Good. You ready for football?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to watch it on? You don't have internet though, do you?
No,
Do you have a radio you can listen to it on 100.9?
I got one on the process and I don't know where that is.
Do what?
I don't know where that is.
You don't have a radio? An FM radio?
I got 2 radios, but I ain't got, I don't know where one on that for where the other one is.
You don't know when the game is?
No, I know where that station is.
100.9. It's FM 100.9 is the station.
Okay, but I don't know where that is on it,
Okay.
on the radio.
Well, but you need to listen this year. You need to listen to us doing the football game. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
I was so excited.
You're so excited.
I was so excited.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, let me ask you a question. Who's your favorite football team?
So cool.
I'll talk to you Thursday.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for calling Just Sports. You on the air. Nobody's there. I'm sorry. Call back in. Number 2 is the Cancer Fund of America. Number 1 is Kids Wish Network. So it's the Make-A-Wish Foundation launched its relentless drive for money in the past decade alone. Kids Wish has channeled nearly $110 million donated for sick children to its corporate fundraisers. That makes it the worst charity in the nation, according to Times review of charities that have steered the most money to professional solicitation companies over time. Companies at least $4.8 million in salaries and fees. That's what they paid. They paid companies almost $5 million. And Mark Brenner is the president of the Kids Wish, earning $130,000 a year. And also he paid out to his buddy, one of his former employees, as a partner in fundraising company called Dream Giveaway. He paid him $1.7 million.
Wow.
So yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. I know it has nothing to do with sports, but that Make-A-Wish Foundation,
Yep.
that's the reason why the NASCAR, what they do NASCAR-wise, Kyle Petty come up with the Victory Junction camp in NASCAR. I think that's fantastic. We know where the money's going. We know for the kids. It is fantastic. Now, tonight, before we get started, we're going to talk about Cougar football. We're going to talk about Campbell County Cougar softball. Also, I say that's what we're going to talk about. Let me find my information first and foremost.
That's Sam right there.
Hello, Mr. Sam. How are you, brother?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it out Friday. I was out of town in Chattanooga at a business meeting. I do apologize.
That's okay. That's all right.
What kind of a turnout did you have? About 200 boats, huh?
We ended up officially with 196 boats.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is.
How many did you have come up Friday at the ball center to register? A bunch?
There was a bunch of people up there. I know we served a lot of food that evening, and I was out front taking sign up until after 8 o'clock at night.
Wow.
That's amazing. I seen a lot of traffic as I was coming back in town late Friday night or Friday evening. I seen a lot of boats around town.
Yeah. I see
Yeah, they were over. I think I haven't got the direct impact report completed yet, but I know there was around 100 rooms there on Thursday and Friday night.
Wow.
That were rented out. So
Who won? Let me ask you that.
Jimmy White and Chris Landville, and Jimmy's from over in Jacksboro, and Chris is from over in La Folla.
Oh, wow.
So some
Campbell
local
County
boys
man.
won.
There we go.
Yeah, Campbell County boys won. Mike Nelson and Paul Sharp finished second.
Mike.
They're Campbell County boys.
Yeah.
And it was the closest victory in the history of the Morristown Marine Team Trail.
Oh, wow. What?
The winning weight was 1523, and second place was 1522.
Oh, wow.
Goodness gracious.
Couldn't call it any closer.
And with Milton and Sharp in a Skeeter, they had all the incentives behind them, and they ended up winning, taking home $7,000. But that 1/100th of an ounce cost them $8,000.
Wow, that's amazing. Let me ask you a question. With those Campbell County boys finishing first and second, does it make it difficult to come back to Campbell County for the other guys that's on the team trail tournament?
No. It's these guys right here. Anybody anybody in this trail could win any day. You know, man, it's just the type of competition you're fishing with. Jimmy and Chris, they told me back the way in that they planned on fishing another area, and they seen some boats, only a couple of boats head back up toward the White Bridge, and they made a split decision and went up there, guys, and won it 2 miles up from where we blasted off.
They
Wow.
go towards Steel Bridge, maybe.
I don't know. That's something else. And did you have a good turnout as far as folks coming by and seeing you all Saturday as y'all were sitting out there?
Oh yeah, we had people sitting out there watching the weigh-in, their pontoons and their wake boats, and we had people come by and park their cars and come in for the weigh-in. Skeeter was there, fed everybody with hot dogs and chips and drinks and water, and just had a good time, man.
Who won your biggest fish?
Let me look here. And big largemouth went to George Lewis and Jeff Burgess. And big smallmouth went to John Lawson and Steve Sharp. And I'm thinking those guys were out of towners.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just
So it wasn't totally dominated by the locals.
right. I was just kind of curious because a lot of people will tell you, and I don't know how true this is, but they will tell you that if you live on Norris Lake or you live around the area, you really will know how to fish this lake. And somebody that's outside of this area really, they don't have the upper hand. The locals have the upper hand. And I don't know how true that is, but I just wanted to get your opinion on that.
Well, Mike Jackson and Rodney Cochran, they were from over around, I think over in Claiborne County. Charles Mitchell and Kelly Smith finished fourth. They was from over in Rutledge. Jeremy Gorman and Philip Gordon, they were from over in Rutledge and Middlesboro. Then we had the local Roger Ledford. And his partner, James Lane, was from Robbinsville, North Carolina.
Wow.
They took sick. And, you just, that's really just a myth. Travis O'Quinn and Shannon O'Quinn, they were from up in Gray and Charlotte, North Carolina, up in there. Brian and Ronald Stacy from up in Virginia, up around Radford, up in there. I mean, Alan White and Jim Byington up from Kingsport. I mean, I can sit here and just look at names, that wasn't local guys,
Well, let me ask you a question. When do you plan on coming back to the area?
Well, we've already got an invite, and before I answer that, let me just say one thing, okay?
Go ahead.
I want to thank the people and the commissioners and the mayor and everybody in Campbell County for allowing us to come over there and participating with us and making this such a great event it was. We have never went into an area before where we had never been and had 196 boats to show up. There was like 7 or 8 states represented.
That's amazing.
And our furthest participant was Troy Linder. And if anybody's ever watched The Yen Fisherman, Al Linder,
Yeah.
that's his son. He came and fished with us. He's now living in California, and he drove all the way here.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
So we're coming back next year. We're working on the schedule, and we should have something out here in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
I know you have your tournament all the way to October this year. Do you have a bunch of Campbell County people that fish this tournament committed
We
to?
do. Yes, we do. And what they're fishing for is a $45,000 to $50,000 boat in that 2-day classic on Cherokee.
See,
And that's what they're doing is fishing
worth
for the points and fishing for a chance to win that boat.
see, that's enough to make anybody want to go fish.
Yeah.
But Sam, there's honestly, I took my boy fishing last Saturday. We fished out on the bank. We didn't go in the boat. We didn't do too good. I got 1 bite. Fishing is truly an art. I mean, you really have to know what you're doing to fish. It's just not luck anymore, is it?
No, these guys, they know what they're doing. They've got, $60,000 bass boats. They got $50,000 trucks. Then they got $25,000 worth of equipment in those trucks and those bass boats. These guys may work through the week, but man, on the weekend, they're weekend warriors. Let me tell you, they come out and they go for it. They are competitive, and there's no better or finer fishermen than you'll find in East Tennessee. I promise.
That's one
Yeah.
thing good about Campbell County, though. We got great hospitality.
That's it. I mean, everything was great. I mean, we stayed, the host hotel was the Holiday Inn Express there in Caryville. And before that Friday morning, Mr. Valentino, the manager, he invited us back next year and said he would definitely work with us. We was absolutely thrilled. The parking lot was full of boats that night. Absolutely.
Wow. Well, brother,
Matter of fact, there was about, I think there were people staying in like 8 or 9 hotels, campgrounds. I mean, it was unreal. I'm going to present all this to the, at the commissioners meeting, or and tell them, what the anglers told us, because we told them and we get it direct from them. So, but all in all, it was a great event, and we were just thrilled to be there.
well, we was absolutely glad to have you. And I like I said, I apologize once again. I didn't get to get out there and meet you. I do apologize.
I missed
for
out
that.
too.
But I promise you, I will. At one of these events, I will surprise you someplace else besides Campbell County.
All right, that'll be great. correct. Hey, I want to throw out a big special thanks to Stan Marlowe. I think he's a county project manager over there in Campbell County.
Yes, sir.
He helped me put this together, and just absolutely, he worked hard. I mean, and we worked together on this thing, and he was as nervous as he could be how this thing was going to go off. But I'm telling you what, he pulled it off, and you just can't give that guy enough credit. He just absolutely done a wonderful job.
Well, we certainly appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule again to call in, and
We appreciate it.
yeah, we appreciate everything that you've done for this community and what the Morristown Team Trail stands for, and just everything, all the feedback that you've given us here tonight.
So we appreciate you guys for having us on the show, and anytime we'll come on anytime and talk, man. I like to talk, you know that.
All right, Sam.
But we appreciate you again, and thanks to everybody again in Campbell County.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you. All right, buddy.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good one.
See ya. Bye.
That's amazing.
It is.
See now,
196 votes.
196 votes at White Bridge. And of course, some local boys won first and second. But here's the thing, I wish I could have got out Saturday. I should have went out Saturday. It's just one of those things that, with me getting home late Friday night, I just had a lot of stuff that I had to get done. And anyway, great job. Great job with Sam Phillips. And it's a Morristown Team Trail, is that what it is?
I think it's what he said, yeah. Morristown Team Trail.
Okay, tournament or fishing tournament or whatever it's called. All right, let's talk about some Campbell County Cougar football. Monday through Thursday for the next 2 weeks, they'll be practicing in pads, full pads. This Thursday, of course,
Spring.
a scrimmage against Powell at 6:30 at Campbell County High School. I'm going to try my best to go to that Thursday. I'm going to be out of town Wednesday and Thursday. Hopefully I can get back in town by then. May 21st is the Blue and Orange game at 7 o'clock. Y'all need to make sure, folks, that y'all go out there to that game, the Blue and Orange game. They have a great time. They just absolutely you name it, they do it. June 8th and 9th is youth camp at 6 p.m. And then July 15th is the golf tournament at the Greens in Deerfield, and that's going to be at 1 p.m. Now, I will have you some information before July 15th of who you need to contact. I think I know who you need to contact, but I'm not for sure if I should give out the number or not, but we'll find out. I'll talk to Coach Price. We'll find out and go from there. That does it for the football. Now, for baseball, May the 21st, which is the same day as the Blue and Orange game, which I don't understand that. They're having a banquet. They're having a baseball banquet. They haven't decided where they're going to have it just yet, but it's going to be May 21st. And
the Blue and Orange game is at 7.
the Blue and Orange game is at 7 o'clock on
Maybe
May
they'll
21st.
have it early.
Maybe they'll have it early. Let's hope so. The 21st of May, what is that?
Maybe a Saturday?
No. I'm going to say it's a Thursday, big dog.
21st is a Thursday.
Yeah. So it's going to be a Thursday. So the baseball is going to be Thursday. Also, we had an opportunity to have Javen McCulley on the show tonight, but he was at the scrimmage, ended up getting hurt. I talked to his dad. They was on his way to Children's with him. I don't know how it's turned out, but he was selected to the 2015 7th grade Tennessee All-State game to represent Tennessee in the 7th grade version of the Border Bowl.
Wow.
That's amazing. Also, Trevor St. John was one of the top anglers in the entire state of Tennessee that qualified for the high school All-State.
These kids are turning out to be amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
I can't fish worth nothing, but
Well, I can't either, but I love to go. Also, Gabe King, he's the coach for Campbell County High School. He just got him a new bass boat too. But he won He holds the record for the largest largemouth bass ever caught.
Yep.
The record stood for 60 years, and all this
Now, is that
information.
just in Tennessee? Or is it ever?
I don't know.
From what I read before, I think it was just in Tennessee.
Maybe just in Tennessee, state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think you're right. The record stood for 60 years. Now, all this information that I just gave you is courtesy of David Graham and the Sports Report. Thank you, David. I really appreciate it, brother. Also, there's a picture he sent me of Gabe Keene
It's a big fish.
holding up the largemouth, and Trevor St. John holding up his fish as well. So, great job to those young kids, and also to Mr. Gabe, Coach Gabe. Like I said, he's also a high school football fishing coach. I got football on the brain.
Yeah, football on the brain.
But that's my sport, though.
There we go.
What do you like?
I'm a basketball guy.
You're a basketball guy?
I mean, I go
I've
to.
seen you at the football games
I
last
always
year.
go to.
Always.
I always go to the football games.
I always go to the football
I
games.
always go to the football
Do
games.
you go to the basketball games?
I
Campbell
went
County?
to several. I went
Did
to
you?
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of Matt Housley, so.
Got you.
And I've knew Justin and Matt and a couple of the other coaches on football a very long time, so I support them. Good friends.
Alrighty. We've got about 5 minutes for a break. So, with that being said, excuse me, I want to say congratulations to the Campbell County Cougars softball team. This is all district. All district players from Campbell County softball team is Christy Stanley and Carly Baldwin. Congratulations to those two young ladies. Great job. Keep it up. Rebecca Mungar has got the program going in the right direction.
Yeah.
They've won some games this past season. They've done better. Each year they've done a little bit better. But the feeder program from the middle school, like the middle school baseball program, is starting to get those kids in the right positions.
We don't have a middle school softball team, do we?
At one time we did.
Do we?
Yeah. Yeah, at one time.
Maybe we need to get that going to get them
I
kids in early
I
start.
think we still have it.
I mean,
Jason
I'm not
Rutherford
sure.
would know. Text me, Jason, let me know. I know when his girls was in the middle school, just here a couple of years ago, they had a middle school softball program, and I think they still do. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, and I've been wrong before, but
Now that you say that, I think they do too, because I remember I was going to umpire when I couldn't because I was doing the boys' middle school. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So how did you get into umpiring?
I've been umpiring and repping since I was 16-year-old, so I've been doing it for a long time.
Have you ever been an official umpire or ref?
Yeah, you
Have
went through
you?
the classes. Baseball, you have to go through a class. Basketball, not so much, but
Because I used to be a TWSAA official for football and basketball.
TWSAA, I mean, there's not really a class. You can just go sign up with them.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know if you can rep or not, but
Really?
yeah.
So you just go sign up with them, and if you look good, you can run and you can breathe and not pass
I've seen
out.
some big refs, so I don't think running's got a lot to do with it.
In basketball,
Oh yeah, no. You got some big old guys. They
Yeah,
make
but
it
I
halfway
run.
down the court.
well, see, when I was an official, when I was a TWSAA official, and I'm not going to say I was a good one, don't get me wrong. I was mediocre, but I always wanted to make sure I was up and down the court
Oh, yeah.
like the kids were, because I do not get how anybody can referee a basketball game and call a foul from the other end of the court. That drives me
God bless his soul,
insane.
Carl Rutherford. I love Carl to death. That's who taught me to ref. So God bless Carl, but he was one of those guys that he says my eyes are good enough to see it, so I'll call it. So,
Anyway, folks, we're going to step away for a short commercial break. You're watching Just Sports on WLAF Sports Network.
Listen up, Cougar fans, wherever you are. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette next to Big Creek is the place to go for all things Cougar. T-shirts, caps, jackets, and much more. If it's Cougars, it's at Birch Screen Printing, 423-562-3044. The T-shirts or caps or polos for your business, special event, or church function, Birch is the business to call. Lettering, screen printing, and especially for all things Cougar. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette.
Now, talk a little bit about the personal trainers. How good are they down here?
They're very great. We love Howard. He's very good with people. He always has people in here. He's working with them really well. They're seeing results. He's one of the best that we have, I would say.
So now, would you guys recommend your friends to come to Castleton as opposed?
Absolutely. We got a lot of friends who actually have started coming here, and I would recommend this gym before any other gym in the follow.
Families work out nowadays. Is this a good family?
Yes, it's very family oriented. They have places for the kids to play in the back if they're coming in while the parents are working out.
Right.
And it's very family oriented. There's things for everyone to do, really.
Hi, I'm Linda Kilgore. This is my 35th year with State Farm, my 25th year here in Campbell County. I'm not a high-pressure salesman. I like to just sit down with my customers and help them decide what's right for them. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
Folks, this is Robert again from your Sears hometown store. If you're having trouble tossing and turning in bed, or having a backache, or your partner wakes you up when they come to bed, we can solve your problem with our Sealy Posturepedic mattresses or other name brand mattresses at your Sears hometown store. So come on down to your Sears hometown store and get some rest for your eyeballs with one of our Sealy or other fine mattresses.
Just look for the parking lot full of cars. Yep, that's Charlie's Pizza.
Hey, this is Joey Fortnite from world famous Charlie's Pizza. Come down and see us.
First dates, fun with friends, celebrations, a break from work, whatever your excuse for stopping by Charlie's Pizza, everyone understands. Because we all love Charlie's for pizza, pastas, sandwiches, salads, and lots more. What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza specialty? What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza memory? It's the worst kept secret around. It's Charlie's Pizza in Jacksboro. See you there.
Welcome back to the Tuesday night edition of Just Sports. My name is Les Martin, along with Matt Bowens. We certainly appreciate you taking an hour out of your day. We busted through the first half hour, and we got to talking about these kids, Trevor St. John, Javen McCulley, Christy Stanley, Carly Baldwin,
Gabe
Justin, who?
Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe, Coach Gabe. Just to name a few, not to mention Sam Phillips, the head honcho over the Morristown Marine Trail tournament or team trail.
Team trail.
I want to look that up, or look that up for me. For some reason, I thought he said team trail. Was I wrong?
I mean, it sounds like it.
Yeah, I agree. Also, folks, if you want to watch or listen to the football games here this season, it's going to be on 100.9 FM, also on the AM side of the dial of 1450. As well as it's going to be on Channel 12, live on Channel 12, just like it was last year. So everybody at home that's watching Channel 12 on Friday night during football season, you'll be able to get to watch the Campbell County Cougars live on Channel 12. Not to mention the radio, 1450WLAF.com. We're going to be all over. We will be all over the place. Let's talk a little. What you find out?
Morristown Team Trail.
Morristown Team Trail.
Yeah, they already got the results on there too.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, seeing all what everybody weighed in and everything. It's tells what they won and everything.
I don't understand how you like that phone you got. You got because it's no big. It's no bigger than a Ritz cracker.
It works.
You got to have a magnifying glass to read it.
No.
This is a
my
phone, my friend. Oh, I guess you're wondering why I've got my Chicago stuff on.
Yeah, what was the reason behind that?
Okay. My wife and I love the Chicago Cubs.
Now, did she love them before you got with her?
No.
She loves them because of you.
I corrupted her. I guess you could say I corrupted her.
Okay.
But here's the situation. The Chicago Cubs has always been my team ever since I could remember. Now, of course, they're not on WGN like they were in the past. WGN is only going to carry 40 games, which is killing me. So I have to watch them or get the updates on my phone. But getting back to my story, the reason why I've got this stuff on, my Cubs stuff, is because in 2002 and 2003, that was the last time Chicago went to the playoffs.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Playoffs?
Been a long time.
Absolutely, it's been a long time.
You remember who was there?
They are in second place right now. I can remember Steve Bartman.
They'll fail. They always do.
Listen, they've played more than 30 games and they still are in second place. That has never been done before in a long time. A very long time. So that's the reason I've got my Chicago stuff on. An American League team, I'm for the Detroit Tigers. That's where
I remember you.
That's where I was
wearing
born.
that jersey.
That's where I was born. So I've got to be for Detroit Tigers. All right, here, let's talk some SEC football. I don't know though. Let's break down what you've got going on over here.
Well, just the playoffs.
Okay, let's talk about the NBA playoffs because I would like to talk about some of the things that you brought to the table as far as the NBA and who you have got picked to go to the championship game. I know you think outside the box.
Yeah. Golden State and Memphis turned out to be it's going to be a tough series. They're tied 2-2 right now, but
and you really thought Golden State would walk off?
Yes.
Yes. I remember
that game 2 where Memphis destroyed them at Golden State. That was an
eye opener.
Yes, and the way they're playing right now, I mean, it's going to be a surprise. I still think Golden State will pull it off in 6, but I see them meeting the Clippers.
There's 16 seconds left. And Chicago is down by a score of 101-99 against the Cavaliers. And I picked the Cavaliers to play against the Los Angeles Clippers in that final. And then, of course, we got Golden State and Memphis. And then you've got Atlanta and Washington. And Atlanta and Washington.
That's going to be one of those games that if Washington don't get John Wall back, they're in trouble.
Right. He's got a broken wrist.
Yeah. Well, he said he was going to try to play through it. So I'm not for sure if they're going to let him come back or not.
It's one of those situations to where you didn't really see Atlanta and Washington being a 2-2 game.
No.
Did you?
No, I really and truly thought Washington would go over it, but I was wrong.
Thank you for calling Just Sports. You on the air.
Hey, Les.
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
Good. Man, not much. You?
Buddy's sitting here talking a little bit about sports, bro. Hey, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you listen to the football game, the Campbell County football game, or do you watch it or anything like that?
No.
You don't? I don't guess you like football?
Yeah, I like football.
You just don't like high school football?
Well, I just don't really have a chance to get down there.
Well, you can listen to it on the radio and watch it on channel. Do you get channel 12, of course?
Oh, yeah.
You can watch it on channel 12 this year, live on channel 12.
Oh, okay.
So make sure you tell your buddies and your friends.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah, who's that throw beside you?
Matt Bowens.
We're going to have to change his, you know what?
Yeah, I know.
We're going to have to change his thing there now.
I know.
He's Florida now. He's got to be from Tennessee.
Well, let me tell you how messed up he is.
Oh, my goodness.
Here's how messed up Matt is. He's from Kentucky. He's for Kentucky basketball.
Yeah.
He likes Tennessee if they're not playing Florida or Kentucky.
Yeah.
But if they're playing Florida or Kentucky, he doesn't like Tennessee. How can you be from Kentucky, like Kentucky basketball, kind of like Tennessee, and then be a Florida Gators diehard football fan? I don't understand.
That tells you. You ought to root for Tennessee and be done with it.
Yeah, because Tennessee's right in between Kentucky and Florida, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. See, I'm not a Gator fan. I'm a Gator hater. Did you hear about the quarterback from Notre Dame going to talk to Florida Gators?
I heard something about somebody leaving quarterback. I seen it on ESPN, but I didn't follow up on it to see who it was.
Everett Golston is going to.
I'm going to ask you another question.
Sure, go ahead.
You think Mariota or that Florida?
Marcus Mariota?
Yeah, you think he'll do good for Tennessee?
Yes.
I think so. If they can give him some offensive line and give him some protection, he's got the feet, he's got the legs to get out of trouble. But I just don't know how much trouble his legs and feet can get him out of.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, let's face it.
Pocket passer.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel was one of those guys that can run all over the place and throw the football and somebody would catch it. But we seen what happened to him last year. He was absolutely just
Terrible.
a deer in the headlights when he got out there.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. We've got that quarterback from LSU for Tennessee Titans, and I forget his name. Anyway, we've got that number 8 quarterback. I don't know why we don't play him. Give Marcus Mariota some time. And of course, I'm not a Tennessee Titans fan. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. I should be because of Ken Wisenhunt. And Ken Wisenhunt's going to do a great job.
Well,
You're a Rams fan, right?
yeah. Yeah, when they done Jeff Fisher like they did, I just went,
Yeah,
I thought he was a good coach myself, you know.
that's the reason why I left the Tennessee Titans as well, was simply because of the fact of
Zach Mettenberger.
Zach Mettenberger is a quarterback for Tennessee Titans, and that's the reason why I left the Tennessee Titans as well, is when they got rid of, and when they did Jeff Fisher the way they did him, they kept him until all the positions were filled in the NFL, and then they fired him.
Right.
I thought that
Hard
was
to do because he was wanting to get rid of that one color guy that was quarterback, wasn't he?
Vince Young.
Vince Young?
He's a color guy.
Yeah, it was Vince Young.
Texas.
Yeah. So, all right, I'll let you fellas go.
All right, buddy, I appreciate you calling in. Call in more often, will you?
All righty.
See you, buddy.
Good.
See you.
Bye. All right, 1 second left. It's 105 to 101. 101 Chicago. Cleveland's up.
Cleveland will win it then.
Cleveland's going to be 3-2.
It's over now.
Cleveland's going to be 3-2.
Yeah.
3 games to 2, and they're going back to.
They should go to Chicago.
That's what I was going to say. They're going back to Chicago. Does that make a difference? Does home court really make a difference, Matt, in basketball?
Sometimes it does, but I don't think it makes a big enough difference to say I guarantee they'll win because they're at home. Because there's so many different times that the home team has been blown out at home. For the example of Golden State losing against Memphis.
Thank you for calling Just Sports. You on the air.
Hey, fellas, it's Big Girl from Jacksonville. How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Good, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I am enjoying the show. Unfortunately, I only got a chance to catch about the last 10 minutes or so. And I tell you what, Big Earl got some knowledge dropped on him tonight.
Oh, really? What about?
I have found out through this show why Detroit is in the shape it is today. And that's because Les Martin left town.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, how about when they won the World
For the
Series?
sole reason why that whole town has fallen apart.
Probably.
And of course, now we also know why the Chicago Cubs will never win a World Series.
because I'm rooting for Chicago, I guess.
You're like the modern day version of the GOAT.
Yes, you're
Oh,
right.
goodness.
I've never thought about that. I forgot about the GOAT. They wouldn't let
No GOAT.
they wouldn't let the guy in with his GOAT, and he said he put a curse on them that they'd never win the World Series. And by golly, they haven't won one since.
I got a chance years ago to go into the restaurant where the owner of the GOAT used to run in Chicago.
Wow.
And do you know that that's also the restaurant that they used to make fun of on Saturday Night Live when they used to do the cheeseburger thing?
Oh, really?
Yep, the same restaurant. And then something else, I tell you, I like old Chicago. I tell you, it's a cool town, you know. You think of it a lot of times like a New York City, but it's really kind of like a Midwestern town. It's pretty friendly.
Oh, yes.
It's much more friendly than you would think for a big city.
I agree. I've been to Chicago numerous times. I have yet to have the opportunity to go watch the Chicago Cubs. I hope that I can do that this August when they host the Detroit Tigers.
Oh. What are you going to do?
Are you going to cheer?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Chicago Cubs is #1 in my heart.
Oh. You could rip that jersey in half and just sew, part of Detroit on there.
Exactly.
You can be like those. Hey, I see what you do, Les. You can be like those fans that go to watch Mexico and United States play in soccer, and they'll wear their Mexico United States starts winning, they'll go switch and put on their United States jerseys at halftime.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. I've got a Detroit Tiger jersey and a Chicago Cubs jersey, but I don't like the guy that's on my Chicago Cubs jersey. It's Sammy Sosa. He's a cheater.
I tell you what, I got a chance. I've got the chance to go to 3 or 4 ball games. Got a chance to go to a doubleheader against the Mets. Back when the Mets were really, really good.
Yeah.
They just whipped up on the poor old Cubs both games. But I tell you what, that was a lot of fun sitting in that stadium watching the Cubs play. I became a pretty good Cubs fan myself. You know, it's kind of funny. I was watching a game back in '83, I think it was, and I was watching the Braves play. I was kind of a Braves fan. And, you know, I'm watching the game, and I'm thinking I'm watching it on TVX. Well, next thing I know, the 7th inning stretch shows up, and this old guy starts singing take me out to the ball game. And I thought, well, wow, that's pretty cool. Why are they doing that on TBS? And then I realized I was watching WGN. I've never even heard of anything like that. I didn't even know. We'd just gotten cable about a year before. Didn't even know anything about the Cubs. And boy, I certainly kind of fell in love with them. And the next year was the first year they went to the playoffs. You know, in '84.
That's right.
Run in '84.
That's right.
That was real exciting. You know, boy, you talk about a team that got, you know, you can just tell sometimes when you're snake bit, you know, they were supposed to be they were supposed to have the playoffs.
I think we lost it.
You still there? Boy, he just cut off, didn't he? I bet you Thelma got. Oh man.
Games in San Diego, and they lost all 3 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know.
Now what? Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I was just going to say that it's one of those situations to where you either love the Cubs or you hate them. There's no in between. I absolutely
really think that way, or they just kind of the lovable losers. I don't know if people really hate the Cubs.
Well, I don't.
Yankees.
You know.
I keep hating a team that never wins.
Right. Well,
I'm an underdog fan, so if the Cubs start winning, that'd be good. I mean, whoever didn't do good last year, that's who I want to see do something the next year, and that's in all sports.
Right.
Love the underdog.
You still there? I'm not going to hang up. Talk to me.
I got you. Sorry, fellas. I lost you there for a second.
That's all right.
Chicago. No, I just didn't know. I didn't. You know, if you don't win a whole lot, how do people hate you?
Well, have you taken notice that the Chicago Cubs are like the Dallas Cowboys in football? Everywhere you go, when Dallas plays, I don't care if they go to New England, New York, Philadelphia, you will always see Dallas Cowboys jerseys in the stands. You watch Chicago Cubs, and wherever they go, you will see Cubs fans in the stands.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. There are a few teams like that that are kind of national teams. Yeah. You know, there's always fans that are going to be around because, you know, WGN probably helped that over the years. You know, being kind of, you know, the Braves were kind of like that for years. You know, anywhere time the Braves were playing in any stadium, there'd always be a bunch of Braves fans.
Right.
I think it, like here especially, the Cubs, the Braves, and
the Reds.
The Reds are huge here. Well, just in Campbell County, but probably in Tennessee because that's you don't have a baseball team here, so.
Yeah, well, I tell you who else, you know, going to a lot of Braves games, a lot of St. Louis fans. I tell you what, those people are passionate about their baseball, man, and they know their baseball. I enjoy, you know, I know as a Cubs fan, it hurts to hear less, but, you know, they're very knowledgeable fans, and I don't know too many of them I don't like, but I can understand you not like them because that's your big rival.
That's right. That's right.
And but man, I tell you what, they're very, 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 very sharp fans.
Lost him again.
He'll be on there. Come on, talk to us.
You gotta push your button, he'll come back.
You don't want to win after all those years of losing because then you don't know what to do with yourself.
Right.
You know, now the Boston's just another team that's won World Series lately. You know, they've lost that uniqueness.
absolutely, I agree. And
Very unique. Well, hey, fellas, I took enough of your time. Hey, I enjoyed the show as always. You know, have a great week. I'm looking forward to the summer and looking forward to football starting back up.
yes, sir.
And go Cougars. Big Earl dropped the knowledge and he's gone.
See you, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Big Earl's something else. He knows a lot about University of Tennessee football, basketball. And speaking of basketball, I've got to get to basketball real quick if I can. And I don't think it's going to allow me to. Thank you, Just Sports, you on the air.
Yeah, talking about the Cubs, I'm a huge Cardinals fan, but I like the Cubs.
That's almost un-American to be a Cardinals fan and like the Cubs.
Well, I was born right outside St. Louis.
Yes, sir.
I was born right outside St. Louis, and I moved to Cedar Rapids, Iowa when I was 12 years old, and in Iowa they rooted for the Cubs, and Dave Kingman was huge then. Dave Kingman, power hitter, great hitter.
Yeah, and do you see what the Cardinals is doing in the Central right now? I mean, the last time I checked, they were like 22-9, which is good.
They're doing great, but Wainwright's out for the season, so they're going to be hurting right there.
Yeah, not unless they pick somebody up. They're going to be in trouble. He was a good pitcher. He was a Cub killer. What I called him was a Cub killer because we couldn't beat him. Chicago Cubs could not beat Wainwright. And I know we've got John Lester and we've got Jake Arrieta and we've got some other guys that's coming in there and pitching, but they're not a Adam Wainwright by no means.
Didn't the Cubs just get a pitcher that come?
I worked with a guy that was from Chicago a few years back, and he used to go to the Cubs games in the '60s, and he was telling me a story about getting there early and watching batting practice, and they were playing the Giants, and he got to watch Willie Mays take batting practice.
Wow.
And he said that he kept throwing everything foul during batting practice, and he was wondering why everything was getting hooked foul. And come to find out that the Cubs players parked their cars over there, and Willie Mays was yanking everything foul on purpose.
Oh man, I'm telling you what. I love baseball. I love football and basketball. I'm just a sports freak altogether. But I would love to go back in time and watch Babe Ruth or Willie Mays or Lou Gehrig or Hank Aaron. I would love to go back and just watch some of those guys play the game.
Be interesting just to see how, especially.
I'll tell you the stats. In my opinion, the stats wouldn't be near as good as what they are now, just for the fact that Babe Ruth was facing pitchers, the same pitcher in a doubleheader.
Right.
Yeah.
And they weren't throwing 96, 98 mile an hour and then throwing a 75 mile an hour changeup. I mean, I don't think Babe Ruth would have had 714 home runs if he's facing pitchers today.
Player development.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, at that particular time, they were the best at that particular time. Of course, they transition now to where we're getting bigger, we're getting faster, they're throwing harder, the bats getting faster, they're swinging the bats faster, they're getting stronger. It's a different game now than it was back in those days.
And that's for all sports.
Yeah.
And I understand about the steroid controversy with McGuire and Sosa with the steroids.
Right.
You know, steroids doesn't have a thing to do with your hand-eye coordination. You know, McGuire might be hitting one 500 feet instead of 450 feet. But still yet it takes the hand-eye coordination and timing and bat speed, and steroids has nothing to do with any of that. Granted, it's going to give them an extra 50, 60 feet on their distance, and I agree it's cheating, but I don't know. You know, Dave Kingman hit one out of the Metrodome, straight up, out of the Metrodome.
No, I didn't know that.
You know what they gave him?
What?
Ground rule double.
Really? Wow. Hey, let me ask you a question. Since you're a big baseball fan, do you think Pete Rose should be in the Hall?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt about it.
I agree. I agree
Yeah.
with that 100%. I
Yes.
think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
I mean,
He finally got him a Skechers commercial, so he is in the hall.
yeah, you're right. You're right. But you know,
Yeah, Pete Rose is great. Who was it he took out in the All-Star game? Fossey, that catcher, Ray Fossey?
yeah,
I mean, and back then the All-Star game didn't mean anything. It didn't mean home field advantage during the World Series. The All-Star game didn't mean anything, and Pete Rose took everything seriously, 100%. When you're in an All-Star game that doesn't mean anything, you take out a catcher like he did.
yeah.
He's just he's one of the top 5 greatest baseball players of all time.
I agree with that 100%. 100%. I agree with that.
He's good.
Well, appreciate it, guys, and I'll listen to you next week.
All right, see you, buddy. We'll be on Thursday night. My Chicago Cubs is up 3-0 against the New York Mets. They beat the Mets last night 4-3. They're beating them right now 3-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Chris Coughlin hit a 2-run shot. So
Now, is the Cubs the team that got the kid from the minor leagues that got hurt last year, and now this is his first game back? Is that the Cubs that got him? I seen on ESPN. This is this kid's first major league game. He had like a unbelievable season in the minors. And,
Chris Bryant?
I mean,
They've got Chris
tall,
Bryant.
skinny kid.
Oh, I don't know.
I just seen on ESPN. It could have been yesterday, but maybe he played yesterday. But the kid's supposed to be amazing. So.
All right. I've got Cleveland and Golden State in the championship. And who do you have?
I thought you said Cleveland and the Clippers.
Here.
Oh, okay.
Cleveland and Clippers. But I'm talking about after
Okay.
out of all.
I picked Golden State and Chicago to be there, but seeing how the Clippers are playing right now, especially, we'll see after tonight. If they win tonight, I think they're the team to beat.
So, well, they're playing Houston.
Yeah.
Houston hasn't been much of a challenge. They're up 3-1.
Yeah, and what they did the other night, they beat them by almost 40 points. So.
Yeah. 110 to 70 something, 72 or
and
something.
Dwight Howard got ejected for throwing a basketball at a ref.
Yeah.
I just think the Clippers might be that team.
Well, it's our time to go. We want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors, of course. Charlie's Pizza, your hometown Sears store, Castleton's Fitness, Bird Screen Printing. The list just goes on and on over the years. We've been on the air now for over 4 years, so fantastic. We're going to continue to keep going. Hopefully in the future, we're going to have TJ Haney on the show. He'll call in. He's in North Carolina. He's from Gaffney, South Carolina. He is a big offensive lineman that we talked to a couple of years back when he was in high school. He's now signed his letter of intent, he signed his paper in February to play for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, and that's where he's at. I contacted him last night, I believe it was, or Saturday night, and asked him if he would call into the show and talk to us about his commitment to Wake Forest, and he said he would. So hopefully here in the next Tuesday or next Thursday, we'll have him call in and tell us about spring practice and how everything was going.
It'll be interesting.
So with that being said, for our executive producer, which is right through that window, Miss Honeybee, my name is Les Martin.
Matt Bowens.
And we want to thank you for watching Just Sports on WLF Sports Network.
Listen up, Cougar fans, wherever you are. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette next to Big Creek is the place to go for all things Cougar. T-shirts, caps, jackets, and much more. If it's Cougars, it's at Birch Screen Printing. 423-562-3044. Need T-shirts or caps or polos for your business, special event, or church function? Birch is the business to call. Lettering, screen printing, and especially for all things Cougar.